So Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith has been re-released in theaters to celebrate its 20th anniversary. They did the same thing last year to commemorate the 25th anniversary of The Phantom Menace. When they announced this, I said to myself, oh, Disney feels the same way about Attack of the Clones as the rest of the internet does. Okay. I have spent 25 years reading and listening to people complain about the prequel trilogy, yet now they seem to be celebrated due to both the passage of time and post the sequel trilogy. Well, I'm glad people are liking them more now, but I have always been a lover of them, so god damn it, I'm done being silent, and now that I have this channel, I will no longer be silenced for my unironic love of the prequels. I don't think I need to do a traditional review for this movie because I'm sure everyone knows what is up with it and has seen it. My first question is, what was supposed to be Grievous's plan when he kidnaps the Chancellor? The first battle in the movie happens over Coruscant, so what was his plan? Did he think he would get away? I know what Sidious's plan is, but I wanted to know the perspective of his highest ranking followers. Just asking for a friend. I love every lightsaber battle in this movie. The weakest one, if you want to call it weak, is probably Palpatine and Windu, but that battle is more about what transpires right after it more than the fight itself. I have laughed every time I see an 83-year-old Christopher Lee do a full 360-degree flip like it's nothing. That pushes the credibility a little much for me, but that's okay. When we have our first interactions between Anakin and Padme is where people have pointed out to me the terrible dialogue and acting. I'll give you this line.
You're so beautiful.
It's only because I'm so in love.
But that's all I'll give you. I have always viewed Star Wars as the most sexless film franchise maybe in history. And while the relationship between Han and Leia is sweet, it doesn't exactly have that much pathos behind it. So I'm expecting even less between Anakin and Padme, because can anyone really be as charming as Harrison Ford is? I buy the love story between Padme and Anakin just enough in a space operatic way to guide the plot that I accept it as it is. Besides, the love story is very underplayed in this movie. The star here is Ian McDiarmid as Chancellor Palpatine, and the way he slithers like a snake under everyone's nose and lures Anakin to the dark side. When you see him giving monologue, you can see the two faces at work. One, a fatherly figure who seems to have the best interest of our hero in mind. The other one, he has a sneaky, evil grin on his face ready to just burst out like the jester he is. The scene at the Cirque du Soleil type thingy is such a great scene to not only let McDiarmid stretch his acting range, but allow Hayden Christensen to display good face acting as someone who has a great deal of honor, but is conflicted on his feelings as well as curious as to these secret powers he is learning about. The CGI still holds up 20 years later mostly because it feels organic with the robotic universe Lucas spent 30 odd years creating. The only part that made me groan a tad was when Padme is overlooking the city on the balcony while she is brushing her hair. That background looked uncanny compared to the sunshine face of Natalie Portman. Everything else, though, from the space battle at the beginning, the battle on Kashyyyk, the lava world of Mustafar, all of it is still great at universe building and looks really good. An interesting contrast with Revenge of the Sith is how its story is in such a hurry the same way Rise of Skywalker was, but where Episode 9 failed, Sith succeeds because it was done with the vision of one person, unlike the Disney films. There's so much going on in this film, and it never really stops for a moment to let you breathe. But because all of it is fun action mixed with constant progression of the plot, it works, and works very well. Every scene feels important and full of weight, whereas in Episode 9, it felt like, well, a bunch of... Maybe I'll talk about Rise of Skywalker someday, but not today. The scene where Anakin is alone in the Jedi Temple is about the only real quiet moment that happens, and that's only because that signifies the change of the story from hero's journey to holy shit, this got dark very fast. I remember when George Lucas did an interview before this movie came out where he said that he felt the movie should be PG-13 rated. And with as much clout as he had in the industry at that time, I have no doubt that he was given that per his, not because of the material in the film, because I've seen much more violent PG rated movies than this one. So I think that this was done as a marketing strategy to let people know he wasn't screwing around this time. The last hour is completely dark, yet it makes me smile. Sure, because of some fan service stuff and the amazing music, but also because I am pleased that a story which Lucas admitted was a story for children mostly, was getting this dark and foreboding. Which leads me to the other thing that makes this work, especially this one, it's the music. John Williams has been praised by millions of people over his career and will be praised for the rest of time. But it is true. The music is what makes all of this work. If we didn't have these strong orchestral themes playing all over the scenes, it would just be space wizards. Thanks to the music adding that epic tone, it makes the story even more epic. And I love it so much. I mean, I know I'm not the only person, but god damn, he deserves all the praise in the world. The only other moment on bad dialogue level that I am willing to concede to is when Vader says no. I love James Earl Jones, but that was really bad. I'm sorry. My only complaint with this movie and the prequel trilogy as a whole is how incredibly stupid the Jedi are. I am all for the idea of showing the hypocrisy of the Jedi and bringing their motivations into question. I think this film does that very well. That is all great and grand, but they are so stupid and useless for about 2.5 movies. I know that they mentioned it a few times in Attack of the Clones about how their power is diminished and the power of the dark side clouds everything, but come on, you guys are so stupid. Couldn't we have made them less stupid to everything that's going on around them and had it be more of a battle of the minds between the Jedi and the Sith? I don't know. I think that probably people would have shut their goddamn mouths when Phantom Menace and Clones were new if they had made the Jedi not so incredibly dumb. Does Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith hold up 20 years later? Hell to the yes, it does. A story that doesn't waste your time, always has meaningful things happening in it, the culmination of all the events that came before, the right amount of fan service as to not come off as overbearing, 5 lightsaber battles that are all good to amazing, a tragic story of a good person falling to evil, and everything else makes it all still hold up very well in my mind. I know that this is available on Disney Plus, and I own both the DVD and Blu-ray of it, but this movie deserves at least one theater watch in your lifetime. There really isn't anything else like it. I give Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith 4 stars out of 4. I have never been able to rank the first 6 films in this saga because to me, they are one big continuous story. All 6 have high moments for me and have things that are eye-rolling in equal measure. But if you held a gun to my head, I probably would say that this is the second best Star Wars movie. Controversial take, I'm sure, but god damn it, this is my channel, and I have listened to people bitch about the prequel trilogy since 1999, so I'll say whatever the hell I want. Sith is a great movie, and I highly, highly recommend it. Okay, so Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. What are everyone's thoughts on the 25th anniversary re-release? What is your favorite film in the saga? Please let me know. I hope that they do a theatrical re-release of Attack of the Clones someday. It may be a bad love story, but I still love it regardless. Anyway, if you like this, please like and subscribe. Follow me on social media if you like. And until next time, I am Ghost.